Freedom is what you do with what's been done to you. Jean-Paul Sartre. Sometimes it means closing your eyes at night and remembering a moment you'd rather forget. Or feeling a tightening in your chest when someone points out a flaw you've always tried to keep hidden. Maybe you've noticed how easy it is to see the faults in others. But when it comes to your own, your mind quietly rewrites the story, softening the edges, blurring the details. It's hard to explain, but sometimes it feels almost unbearable to hold a mirror up to yourself. To admit, even silently, the parts of your life you've neglected, the patterns you repeat, or the truths you run from. We all do it in little ways. We sidestep, distract, pretend. Not because we are weak, but because honesty with ourselves feels like standing in a storm without shelter. But Sartre saw this another way. For him, facing the uncomfortable truths about ourselves was not a punishment, but an invitation to freedom. Sartre believed that we are, in an essential sense, responsible for ourselves, not for what happens to us, but for how we respond, for the meaning we create in the aftermath. When we refuse to look at our own reality, we avoid pain, yes, but we also give up the opportunity to reshape it. He called this bad faith, the human habit of hiding from our own freedom by pretending we have no choice. When we avoid the truth about who we are, we might find temporary comfort, but we become strangers to ourselves. The philosopher's lens says, it is only by facing our most uncomfortable truths that we open the door to change. When we start to see things this way, honesty with ourselves stops feeling like an attack and starts looking like a path. We become gentler but more courageous. We might notice ourselves pausing before a habitual excuse, asking quietly, is this really me? We might sit with old regrets, not to judge, but to understand, to gently ask, what now? In time, we make small, quiet choices, admitting a mistake, reaching out for forgiveness, returning to something we once avoided. Through this, the weight of denial slowly lifts. If this speaks to something in you, consider subscribing. I'm building a quiet corner of the internet for people like us, people asking harder questions, healing deeper wounds, and finding their way forward. Drop a comment if you want me to explore something specific next. I'd love to hear your story. Facing the truth about ourselves is never easy. It isn't supposed to be. But each time we meet our own gaze without flinching, we take one small step closer to a different kind of freedom, the kind that no one else can give or take away. Thank you for giving this space in your day. You don't have to fix everything at once, but you're here, and that's a beginning. Take care of yourself. I'll see you in the next one.